Welcome back to Carnage Unleashed, where you got us fellas talking the latest carnage in combat sports. Today with me, Zach, Kev, Connor, as always. How you fellas doing today? We'll start with Zach.
I'm doing fantastic. It started to warm up, even though we got a whole bunch of snow over the weekend. Hate the snow. But it's here, boys. Get ready. Snow's coming. Get ready for all the indoor sports now. I know Kevin's getting excited because basketball is coming. Kevin's favorite sport. So, Kevin, what about you? How about them Pistons? You ready? No, you're not a Detroit Pistons fan. Oh, my gosh. I'm over here messing up.
Well, I'm feeling very misunderstood today, but yes, looking forward to
understandable.
This is the one year you could say I won't be watching any basketball because the Indiana Pacers season was over before it started. So as you guys know, life is full of its own opportunities and challenges. So I'm not about to allow a sports team to ruin my day. And the Pacers are, I think, 1-8. So, yeah, no, we're good. We're going to stay focused on the combat sports all winter long. Although, if it could just pick a season and stick with it, my sinuses would be so grateful, guys. I feel like I've had a headache for a week and a half. But I'm good other than that. How are you, Connor?
I'm doing good. We had a good show over the weekend. Got to commentate over with you, Kev. That was a good show. Fun to watch. We got the UFC this weekend. But unlike you, Kev, I do let a sports team affect my entire mood. I had a horrible Monday night watching the Packers put up a horrible offensive performance against the Eagles. That hurt a lot. So other than that, more good than bad.
Hey, I'm going to say your Packers hurt my soul too because I just needed Jordan Love to outscore Hurts, and he could not do it. And I lost my fantasy that week.
A bad time for me to mention I was going against Hurts, Goddard, and Brown in a game that I managed to win because the Eagles' offense was so bad.
So bad.
It's so backwards. I'm so used to the Packers having good offense, no defense. Now it's no offense, all defense. So it's
Welcome to the Steelers life.
Yeah, I was gonna say it never clicks. It never clicks together.
Mm-hmm. But as you said, we did have a awesome fight card this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Our first ever pro boxing and kickboxing, amateur kickboxing undercard. It was pretty good. It was lively. Some exciting knockouts. What was your thoughts, Zach?
I enjoyed it. I mean, we had a knockout. We had some great kickboxing. I mean, you had your spinning kicks. Obviously, you had Caden Hastings in there, so you're gonna have your spinning kicks. Obviously, that's what I look forward to when I hear Caden Hastings kickboxing. Spinning kicks, guaranteed to happen. You had a great matchup at 115 with Lino and DeCamp. That was a great matchup that went the distance. You had knockdowns in both fights of your main and co-main event. I mean, heck, it was a great night of fights.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your thoughts on the night, Kev?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, the kickboxing started us off in great fashion because you mentioned Caden, but it wasn't just him. We had in every fight, we had Josh Frazier, we had Preston Weicker, we had guys who like to get creative with their kickboxing and really utilize the kicks. And I think each one of those guys tried a spinning something at one point along the fight. Definitely saw a lot of Superman punches. So the kickboxers really, I thought, set the tone for the rest of the card. And then the pro boxing did not disappoint. We had really top to bottom. I thought it was an incredible card. So one of those where you're very happy to be there live and have the best seats in the house, right, Connor?
Absolutely. Like I said, I had a great time calling those fights. They were great. Everybody looked good and crisp and real sharp, especially in the kickboxing. I mean, Josh Frazier is the first one that comes to mind. I mean, I've followed his stuff, but that was my first time really watching him live, and he just looked for an amateur to look that confident, composed in his striking. He looked really good in his fights. Like you said, Caden's always fun to watch. It was good to see Preston back in there. Haven't got to see him in a while. Then obviously them pro cards, man, them pro fights are crazy. I don't want to say Butka's knockout, unexpected, but just to get a finish like that against the caliber of opponent that he had was that was crazy. That place went nuts for that. And then obviously McNett and his fight, him and Romain were really good. That was a good pro fight. The main event with Martin and Balboa was really good. But I mean, I talked about it during the card. My fight of the night, Marcus and Lino, was just incredible. I'd watch those guys fight every day. That fight was nuts. I loved that one. So it was a great show. I enjoyed every second of it.
What's up, Pity?
Well, speaking of that, well, let's look at some of this stuff. So we've got some highlights here tonight. So we can look at. We'll start off with the Josh Frazier, Gabe Harris bout. And the great thing about this is you're throwing those knees. I mean, that's one thing that you can that I love about kickboxing is that you were throwing the knees, and with these amateurs, because normally with amateur MMA you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. You get a lot more free will in the kickboxing ring to really let everything out, which is, like I said, guys like Josh, for example, took full advantage of that.
And Josh did a really good job. If you watch in these highlights, he does a really good job of throwing combos, just like Gabe is right there. He's not just throwing one or two punches. They're coming out and throwing 3, 4, 5 punches in there, and then throwing those kicks when we do get to see them like that.
Yeah, like I said, he looked very composed, looked very confident, and he went out there and did exactly what he thought he was going to do. Like, he looked good.
Yeah, even like if we went back to the beginning of those highlights, even when he's taking these shots, he's just he's just shedding them. He's doing a really good job of just shedding and then coming in for the attack, which he did a fantastic job on that.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. After doing those knees, and he breaks, he was ready for some fire back too. So.
You also got to see Kevin's Superman punches he was talking about right there, too.
Yep. Josh loves that Superman punch. I've seen him do that a few times.
Yeah, I was really happy to see those knees because I was wondering if some of the fighters would actually utilize those knees at all because, I mean, normally you're not used to doing it as much.
Especially with boxing gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Connor, like, let's be honest, how many times when you're training, when you're just thinking of because you're just thinking of boxing when you've got those on, not too many times when you're really throwing too many knees.
No, I agree. I personally hate sparring and practicing with boxing gloves. I hate boxing gloves. I think they're too big. I love MMA gloves, but no, especially with boxing gloves, you don't really think about clinching and knees nearly as much as you should if you're going to do something like kickboxing. So for the guys to take advantage of it like they did was very smart, and it led to a lot of good openings for a lot of those guys too.
Mm-hmm. And Josh Frazier came away with the win on the night with that as well.
Yeah, unanimous decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on to Tyrese Patterson versus Preston Weichert. This was a really good, exciting fight. I mean, you had knockdowns. Well, they're more trips, not really trips, but slip. I won't even call them slips because they didn't count them as knockdowns.
Yeah,
like that right there.
Trip, really, almost. I was very intrigued by this fight because I was talked about on commentary. It was like a battle of unknowns because Preston had been gone for so long, and then I had never seen anything of Tyrese, so I didn't know what to expect. And it was a great fight. It was a clash of styles too. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I did too because I didn't know what to expect, and then it kind of turned into like Tyrese was this like aggressive, heavy hitter, and then Preston was more just trying to get his angles and be more precise. But it was action-packed.
It really was. I mean, that's what you got to do when you're fighting somebody like Preston who's so long and moves around so much, is really good at keeping range. Sometimes you just got to rush in there, and Tyrese took full advantage of that.
He did, but Preston did a very good job of timing up, as you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Yeah, no, well, I agree with what you were saying too. And I think one of the things that when this fight is live on the YouTube channel, we get to watch the whole thing. One of the things I'll be looking back to, I don't know that it made a difference, but it might have, at least in Preston's game plan. And I think we were seeing a piece of it right there in that highlight. Patterson was given credit for a knockdown in the third round that I wasn't sure if it was truly a knockdown. You know, it was one of those where it looked like it might have been a slipping situation. And, you know, in a fight that was pretty even, pretty close, you know, something like that. I mean, that's a huge happening in the third round. All of a sudden now, you know, well, I can't win this thing just by points alone. I've got to go get that knockdown back, and I've got maybe a minute to do it. So that'd be one of those that stuff happens so quick when you're at the commentary desk, and, you know, I can't just, phone Wade up and say, hey, can you pull up a specific replay for me, please? So I look forward to rewatching that, but not to take anything away. Like I said, there's a really good chance Tyrese still won this fight even without that. But I would love to, you know, the next time I get the chance to talk to Preston about something like that, I would love to know how much that would impact the way he went about the final moments of that last round.
Oh, I agree with you. That would totally change the, you know, what I'm thinking mindset wise as a fighter of going into that final, however much time was left. Because if you don't have that knockdown, you might be thinking something completely different going into it. So I completely agree with you on that, Kevin. But
yeah. Especially if you feel like you're winning that, and then all of a sudden they count that as a knockdown, and you feel like there. So he got hit and he just got off balance. So then he just kind of put his glove down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet it's because that glove touched. They saw that glove touch the ground, and technically he gets hit in the head, glove goes down, it's gonna look like a knockdown. But in reality, I feel like he was just more off balance. But
yeah, it looked more off balance, but that glove touched, so they kind of knocked down. So if he felt like he was winning and they count that as a knockdown, then at that amateur level, you've pretty much lost that round unless you can get something back.
Yeah,
knock him down yourself.
Yep, got to get back on him.
But Preston did a really good job of timing him coming in, because like you said, he was coming in strong because he was the shorter fighter, so he had to be in on him. But Preston was doing a really good job of catching that leg of when it was coming and stepping down, and he was kicking, and that's why he was falling all this time. He did a fantastic job of doing that.
Yeah, I think he did. I think the first two rounds, Preston looked real clean and crisp, but to be able to counter Tyrese, he looked high energy. He looked really good, very powerful. But he just kept that pressure on. I think in the third round, Preston was more of the tired one, and Tyrese was the fresher fighter. And I think that just led to that off balance and ultimately losing that third round.
Yeah, like you said, Preston, I thought he looked sharp. I mean, Connor touched on this earlier, and we talked about it in the broadcast too a little bit. You had one debut guy and a guy who had been out for about a year. And I think, you know, as far as being away for a while, I thought Preston looked pretty good. You know, maybe a little bit more in the stamina department after getting a few more fights under his belt, getting back into the swing of things. Like you said, did look like Tyrese maybe had a little more gas in the tank in that final round. But overall, I was pretty impressed seeing Old School step back in there. He didn't look like he had lost much at all from the guy that we'd watched kickbox previously. Triple threat match. There you go, guys. There you hear it. Zach and I get to be on the same team because we're bald, right? Is that how that works?
Hey, I don't think that looks right.
Especially not with us being bald. Yeah, good call.
That's the opposite of what you guys should do.
Well, then.
Oh, man.
Well, then we move on to the main event of the amateurs in the kickboxing. Caden Hastings versus Nate Murphy. and you knew this one was going to be exciting just because these two, they're just exciting fighters to watch.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
man.
And
Yeah, these two are so good. And I think and Connor and I talked about this a lot in the commentary that Nate was doing such a good job. You know, we talk about Caden a lot. We've seen a lot of his fights. Great striker, good at keeping the distance. I thought Nate did an incredible job at getting inside and dealing damage. And I thought these two were really well matched.
Yeah, I think Caden was really using his length, but Nate did a great job at like parrying and sending one back to get inside. And yeah, it was just some high level of fighting IQ there.
He's really beating up that lead leg too of Caden, because Caden's
Yep.
real long, sticks that leg out. Nate was taking full advantage. There was time he threw like 3 kicks in a row, just whipped them right in a row, and they all landed. It was, like I said, he had a good game plan. He knew he was coming in against a good striker that was taller and longer than him. Yeah, like I feel like against anyone else that night, Nate wins that fight. It was just he happened to be matched up against Caden.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with just a longer fighter, so you know he was doing a really good job of getting inside. And right there, like he's how much shorter than him, getting that leg all the way up there.
Oh yeah,
I don't blame him for slipping for that one, because that just hurts me thinking about it.
That's a long way up.
Yes,
he tried. He went for it.
He went for it. He went for it. You know, if he had a couple more inches, he would have had it. He would have nailed that. It was perfect. But you know,
nice little spinning heel kick there.
Exactly. Caden is always coming out with these, and he's landing them. They're not like sloppy. It's like you can tell he practices these all the time, because they're good, crisp, clean kicks.
Dangerous.
And that's why I love watching him fight. I just like watching him fight because I know it's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to come from him. What's he going to throw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one thing I do like about Caden when he throws his leg kicks and the steeps and stuff, he's not like trying to whip it hard. He just, I don't know, he just puts it out there and just his length, and he snaps it at the end. And I think it has more power than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you get somebody at the end of the punch, you've got that much length. You don't need to have heavy hands for that to be effective. Let's just put it that way. So, plus Nate did a fantastic job. I mean, you'll see it in one of these highlights where he does a fantastic job of just slipping underneath one of those overhand rights and just bringing one of his own. He does a fantastic job working on the inside. He gets the inside and he works from the inside, and then he gets out, out of range. Well, it's kind of hard to. You got those long freaking legs of his.
Yeah.
Now he was taking advantage of closing it.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to eat one to give 2 or 3, especially as in his position as the shorter fighter. I thought he did a great job with that too. You also notice that those hands were never out of position. Like you could tell he knew the head kicks were coming, and he kept that in the front of his mind and played great defensively. Like even in just that, you know, as he was separating, he threw that right hand up. Like, oh, here comes a spinning back something. You know, he was ready for it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight overall. I mean, it just was. It was a great main event for the kickboxing.
And that was Nate Murphy, Pity. So Nate Murphy was taking on Caden Hastings. Yeah, another guy to keep an eye out. He's impressed me. I mean, again, we've seen a lot of Caden stuff, so I don't have to say that Caden doesn't impress me. He does. I like his style, but Nate is somebody we've been seeing a lot more of recently on cards, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah, we'll see more of him. I'll let you know about that later too. Teaser. And then we're moving on to the main card of the evening, and we're starting off with a banger. Dylan Bucka versus Zach Russ. If you haven't seen it already, you're about to see it again. This is, and I just want to look how tall this guy. This guy's 6'7", by the way. Boom, lights out. This was in the first round.
Yep.
To the body. Gets him on the button.
Right on the jaw.
And it was and it was a clean knockout. Like luckily, I think, you know, Zach's okay. Everything's good there, but You could tell, and it's not every day that we have a knockout that happens kind of right in front of the commentary desk like that. You could see when his eyes opened that he kind of had that "where am I" look in his eyes.
Look at that length. He got like honestly, the reason he got knocked out is because he let Dylan get in that close.
Yeah.
Dylan, in a perfect world, Dylan would have never gotten in on him because he would have kept him away with a jab and a jab. He should have been throwing 1,000 jabs to keep Dylan away from him, but he didn't. He found his range, and then he just kept backing up instead of throwing the jab, and then he just comes in and boom, just like that.
Yeah. Yep. Zach was he was a longer fighter. What he needed to do is keep his feet moving and keep that jab out there to keep him at length. Dylan, he really was taking a page out of Tyson's book in this fight.
Yeah.
He was keeping a tight guard,
And his
high
wardrobe.
guard. Yeah. I didn't even put that together, but yeah, he really took a page out of Tyson's book and kept that high guard, ducking and diving, and then really chopped that body and came up top.
Yeah, worked that body, get his hands to drop. Was able to come over top. It was clean. It was nothing luck about that. That's all technique and skill and game plan right there from Dylan.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And to Zach's credit, there were moments. Obviously, we didn't get a lot of fight with this one, with the first round knockout. But Zach had some moments early on where you could see some flashes of what could have been a winning game plan. You know, like
he had fast hands too. His
exactly.
Hands were really fast.
And he had some good accuracy with some of those. He was throwing some body hooks and uppercuts and stuff like that. Like I really thought early on, I was like, okay, he's 6'7". If he's going to throw at those different angles and have quick hands, like he might be able to keep Dylan at his range and stay out of Dylan's. But no, that was not the case. Like we saw, and as Wade mentioned, when you come out looking like Mike Tyson, it helps. It helps when it's more than just the shorts, I guess. You know, he's coming out and really did look impressive. Dylan did in this fight. So
yeah, didn't let Zach get comfortable. Let him establish that range on stuff that he needed to get going. Dylan was foot on the pedal, quick. Didn't let Zach get comfortable and was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think that was a smart move by Dylan, is to also just come straight in with that pressure, but also smart with the head movement. And it kind of just walked him back to those ropes and kind of stopped Zach's movement. Then it was all a setup from there.
Yeah. And this is one where I learned a valuable lesson, gang, of watch the monitor, not the fight, because I didn't get to I had Zach's back to me, and so I see body shot, and then Zach goes down, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah, me and Kev were like a couple seconds behind. We were both watching the ring, and then we look back at the monitor. We're like, oh, there was a hook after that put him down. We got lost in it.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic fight. I mean, it was a good fight up to that knockout too. You know, it wasn't just one-sided. I felt like it was a pretty heated battle between the two. Yeah. So, and that's up on the YouTube channel. If you guys want, go ahead and you check that out after you guys are done watching us here. Then we're moving on to the little guys, the 115, Marcelino Rangel versus Marcus DeCamp. And you guys got a little taste of them as an interview earlier, but this was a good war between these two.
Yeah, I loved everything about this fight.
Yeah, this was some crisp boxing, and
this was boxing, and this was entertaining boxing too. This was great.
Yeah, the amount of punches that they were throwing around,
and how fast they were throwing them. That hand speed was crazy, and they both ate some big shots too. Like they didn't shy away after they got even right there. Marcus takes a big right hand, fires one right back. It was a war.
Yeah. I know I was talking with Kev after this fight, and I was like, it's one of DeCamp was one of them fighters that you look at his record, he was 0-7 going into this, but it was just a product of he just didn't take easy fights. He went in there, last minute fights, taking against some top prospects, and you could tell that he's been fighting for a while, and he's got some boxing skills. So it wasn't like an easy task for Lino to go in there and just walk all over him. This was some skillful, high-level fight IQ boxing.
Was this? I can't remember. Was this unanimous or was this split?
Unanimous.
Unanimous. Okay.
But a close unanimous. Like I feel like
Yeah.
people misunderstand when they hear unanimous. They think that means it was like a one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, like it was. They all agreed, but they agreed it was close type of thing too. So
Yeah.
Well, rumors have it that they said right there after the fight they would run it back.
I'd
So I'm gonna
gladly
see.
watch that.
I'm gonna see what these guys, if they want to run it back. I might reach out to them both and see if they really do. We'll see what transpires from it. But I'll reach out.
Give him if you know the guy that you talk to, I think both of these guys with a full fight camp in a rematch would not disappoint anyone. So
No.
I am here for it, and it was great to see. Yeah, incredible performance on both sides. I'm very impressed with the camp because he also was a little bit more aggressive than what I had seen in previous fights too. I had him pegged as a counter puncher, which he definitely did some good work in that regard of timing up some things Lino was doing. But he was not afraid to lead things either here. So I got to see even more of his game than what I'd seen going into the fight. So looking forward to hopefully a rematch between these two. I think it would be a great bout for us to run back.
I agree with you. I'd love to see this fight go again. But yeah, both fighters they're technical. They came, they slugged each other, they took hits, they gave hits. It was a beautiful performance. It was, both of them. Applauded.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The best boxing match I've watched in person and like that I can remember. Like that was
that to me was my favorite fight of the night. It was just
you heard the man.
We all want it.
We've got one person that wants the rematch. Okay, all right. Hey, looks like we're making my job easy for me. I like it.
Yeah, I was wondering how DeCamp was going to take Lino's power, but he did well with. I mean, Lino had some clean shots, but DeCamp had also kind of rolled some of his punches as well, so it kind of dampened that power of Lino.
Yeah, I want to see because if you remember, I'm pretty sure we got this fight on pretty short notice. Like we got the deal done pretty quick. So I would love to see these guys both have a full fight camp. I remember one of you guys was talking about it. I think it was Kevin. I'd love to see, just reiterate what you're saying. I'd love to see a full fat camp with these two going at it because I think it would be fireworks. I really do. It'd be really good. I think the cardio would be even better. Not saying it was horrible, but you could see that they're getting tired there 4 rounds. And who knows? Maybe if we do this rematch, we ask if they want to do 6 rounds. See what it looks like in 6 rounds because 4 rounds wasn't enough to determine who it was. I feel like.
I agree.
I mean, that's just my suggestion.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that suggestion. Yeah, you can also see in these clips too that if you check out their interview here on Carnage Media, the YouTube, DeCamp was talking about how he saw Lino. He didn't think that he had the best cardio. And you see in his game plan, he really throw that jab out there and attack the body and try to get some of that stamina out.
So fast.
No rounds to the finish.
Unlimited rounds. A last man standing match.
Love it.
Don't say that. You're going to get these WWE guys all excited over here.
Oh no, I would never do that.
But no, it was a fantastic fight. I really do hope we can get something around where we can get a rematch between these two.
Yeah.
Then moving on to our co-main event, we had JD McNett versus Romel Torin. This was a great fight as well. Romel just attacked the body the entire time.
Yeah. Romel being the taller, faster fighter, which really didn't bode well for JD. JD had the power, but it was hard for him to really get into his rhythm because Romel is just so fast.
Very quick. Very, very, very quick.
Yeah,
He's in his groove.
Yeah, one of the things he did I really liked, he came out in the first round. It was kind of arms open, bouncing around, like real loose and flowy. They go into the second round. He switches his stance. His hands are tight. He locked in, got he became a completely different boxer in the second round. So right when JD was like, all right, he's doing this and this, he comes out in the second round, totally different. That's a great mind game to play on somebody that he did there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having multiple styles to be able to switch through is nice. It's also nice when you're getting beat to have different styles to try to balance yourself out against what your opponent's doing if they're beating you up.
Yeah, it was impressive. Like Connor said, it was like a switch was flipped because early on that was creating its own issues too for JD with Romel just sort of having his hands out. One would be like up here and the other one would be down. And he just whip a real quick body hook. Sometimes, there were parts as well where it looked like he was looking over to his corner and then almost throwing like a no-look punch. He was just doing a lot of unique stuff in the striking game early on, and then he comes back, and then it's all just like Connor said, everything's tight, and it's just a completely different style. And he looked like he really wanted to end that one in that second round. And props to JD, man. He has not had an easy start. He's taken no easy fights in this boxing game so far. So I look forward to seeing him get another crack at it.
Yeah, I know. The clips don't do justice for JD. JD, he stepped in. He just steps up. Like when fights fall through, he steps up and he just goes in. He just wants to fight. But he is a game opponent. He'll jump in there with anybody and fight. So
he did tell me though. He's like, I would really like to have a full fight camp at some point.
It's fair.
But what he's really doing, because we all know him, he's an MMA guy who's a grappler. That's what he's known for. And so what he's been doing is taking these hard matchups against tough opponents to work on his stand-up.
Yep.
So that he can have a nice, solid stand-up when he jumps back over to MMA. Not saying that he didn't before, but he knows that that's where his weak point is. So now he's been working on it, and that's fantastic. I love seeing that out of fighters. They're jumping around, they're doing different things, working on what they think they need to work on while they're going to pro. Because JD is going to be making his pro MMA debut here soon.
Yep.
Yeah, and that could really play to his advantage, especially we know not every fighter in the game watches a lot of tape, and even the ones that do might not think to look for the boxing tape. And so they might come in with a game plan specific to the JD that they're expecting to walk in, not knowing that he's been taking these pro boxing fights and can almost sort of do what Romel did here, where it's like, okay, maybe he comes out normal round one, and then round two, he's like, oh, guess what? I've been working on my striking game too.
And that's a perfect way to do it, right, Wade? I mean, a ground guy coming down, taking you down, wearing you down, going for a takedown, getting a takedown, wearing you down on the ground. Round ends, you come back out, you're expecting that, then boom, you get popped in the face. Completely different. Game plan's changed.
Yep. Yeah, and especially it's the advantage for the grappler too. So like if your go-to is grappling, you grapple someone that's not really used to grappling all that much. I mean, they train it, but it's different when you're like in a fight and you're actually grappling. And then you go into just kind of straight stand up. Like when you're not used to like defending and trying to get back up and then go into fight, and you're kind of just, your arms are beat a little bit, so you're not as fast. You're not moving like you normally would. So it just leans towards the grappler to be able to unleash their, because a lot of times with the grapplers, they got more power, so it just gives them a chance to get that overhand right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well, I look forward to that MMA pro debut. That's gonna be nice.
It will. It will. Maybe I can tell you more about it later too.
Oh,
Or shot. All right, now going over to the main event: Martin Tucker versus Jeremy Balboa. Now these two came at it. They went at it.
Yeah. Yep, they did. This is scheduled as a 6-round fight.
And we made it to what, 3?
And yeah,
Third
we made it to
round, yeah.
round 3.
Tucker did a great job. He was changing levels very well throughout the night. He was going up, down, up, down, up, down, and he did a fantastic job. Just showing his experience, because he's a 46-year-old fighter. He's had, I think, roughly around 20 bouts as a pro. He took a 13-year hiatus. He's now 3-1 since he's returned.
Yeah.
Did a fantastic job. His loss coming to Kevin Walker, which we watched, which was a fantastic war. If you guys have not checked that out, that's a fantastic war. You need to check that out. Connor, you talked about the Lino and Marcel fight. You need to go check that one out too. That's a great one to watch.
Yeah, it was really nice.
an absolute
Check
war.
that
And
out on YouTube.
That's right. Yeah, check that out after this. And what I loved about this one was that Martin was very patient. We talked about a little bit during the broadcast. Like, he knows this is a 6-round fight. Jeremy looked really good in those first 2 rounds. At the end of that first round, guys, there was a plethora of punches coming in from Balboa. Even for a second, I half believed like, oh, this one might end early. Balboa was putting a ton of pressure on Martin, but then there was, after that bell rang, Martin gave a little smirk, looked a little side eye over at Jeremy as he had. I was, oh, okay. That didn't hurt him as much as it maybe looked like. And he just kept up with his game plan. And by round 3, things started to turn. And he put that finish on. So it was a great performance by Balboa. We see a lot of it here. But Martin just stuck to his game plan, and he knew to be patient. And we got to see it kind of turn in real time. This started out looking like it might be Balboa's night. And Martin ended it with I believe, a body shot in the 3rd, right?
Yeah, you can see right there. This is where it all changed right there.
That uppercut's pretty.
That it rocked him, kind of jarred him, and this is where it started to turn, and then he ended it with that body shot.
Ooh, there it is. Oh,
Yep.
There was one. That was one. Because that's not even that's not the last one.
Yeah,
that's the one that did it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just a different angle.
Oh, wait, you're getting fancy on me. You're putting 2 different angles out there on me.
Yeah, because Jeremy, he was pressured and he was working Tucker, but Tucker, he was just like you said, patient, and found his opening and got that uppercut and rocked him a little bit, kind of jarred. Because you see Jeremy there, he was getting real confident because he was working on Tucker, and then that turning point you'll see here.
Well, in my opinion, I thought Balboa had the first 2 rounds because he was more active, and that's what Tucker was trying to do. Is he was playing defense, let the young buck wear himself out. Go ahead, throw all your heavy, hard punches. I'm going to sit here and block as many as I can. I'll throw some punches in there to keep you away, and I'm going to let you tire you up just so I bait you to come back in and punch at me, cover back up, bait you to come back at. And then 3rd round came out. He's like, time to start putting some work in.
Yep. Pulled that old rope-a-dope,
But it was a fantastic.
Just attacking both sides of the body, as we saw in those last few seconds. Like, he was right hand, left hand, hitting both sides of the ribs. And
yeah, that old liver shot.
Yep.
You saw it in his face too. He's like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to get up, and he's just like, no, I can't.
I even said it on the broadcast. I was like, it's one of them ones like your heart and your brain tells you to get up, but you physically just cannot stand up. It won't. Your body won't let you.
No, but it
Yeah,
was a great
so-
night of fights. So
It was fun night of fights.
and that leads us into here, boys, your UFC 322 preview. What do we have coming for us in the main card, Wade?
So many good fights.
Yeah, this main card
Loaded.
is stacked.
It is loaded.
But I just want to touch on a couple of fights down the prelims.
Are we talking about a certain somebody?
We'll get there. That's the next one.
Okay.
The first one I just wanted to highlight. Angela Hill still going at it. She's number 12 ranked, and she's back into the ring. So if you don't know her, she's a veteran in the game. She's good, and just standing the test of time. It's like the Jim Miller of the females.
Literally, yeah.
And then you got good old featured prelim bout, which was originally on the main card for pay-per-view.
Removed!
But the fans, I guess, bullied and got Bo Nickel off.
Good.
It was Connor. Connor was in charge of it all. He had a petition out and everything.
Absolutely.
I saw him on the corner asking for signatures.
Absolutely. All these good fighters on the prelims and main card, you're going to put Bo Nickel on there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on.
Oh yeah. So I mean, to be fair, I mean, he probably shouldn't be on
Not at all.
the main card right now. Don't get me wrong. I like Bo Nickel. I think he's great talent. I think he's just learning on the job right now, so it's not as exciting.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, let him learn on the prelims. Learning on the main card is crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a good point. Yeah.
Main card should be the guys that have learned a long time ago.
Hey, Kimbo Slice learned on the main
Oh
card.
my God. Kimbo Slice.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. That was a different time.
Yeah, but Kimbo Slice.
He's out of line, but he's right. Yeah.
He is right, unfortunately.
Kimbo Slice went in there though, and he actually was trying to take people's head off. Bo Nickel, he's in there, but you see, he's kind of playing it safe. He's
trying to take someone's ankle off.
Yeah.
He's just trying to play it safe, rather than like going in to kill now. I think
he'll whip an overhand every now and then.
Yeah. So I think
isn't this Clayton's guy? Aren't you guys making fun of Clayton's guy here? Isn't Bo Nickel's Clayton's guy?
Clayton's a Bo Nickel guy? No.
He does like Bo Nickel.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Crazy.
I can't wait for the debate.
Well, moving on into the main card where I can't wait to watch this. Cannot wait.
It's such a good card.
Opens up with Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint Denis. This is going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Benoit, he is just killing it right now. Here, I'll tell you. His only loss was to, well, not only loss, but in his recent run, his only loss has been to Poirier.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, I get a sippy sip in there.
He's parched.
Yeah.
It's always too when you're in the middle of something you got to say. You didn't even have a chance to like pass the baton to anybody. He's just kind of hang on. Oh.
His eyes have started watering. Yeah.
He caught a frog in his throat. He's naming it Bo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. But actually, it was back-to-back losses because he lost to Poirier and then Moicano.
Yeah.
And then he went back on his run, but he was on a crazy run
before that too.
Yeah, before that, and then kind of got knocked off by Poirier. If he would have won that, he would have been fighting for the belt.
Yeah, that was a crazy jump he did from. I think he beat Matt Frivola and then went straight to Dustin Poirier. I think after that, which that's a crazy jump to go from Frivola to Poirier. It's crazy.
So he's killing it right now. He's still pretty hot. And then you got Darnush, but hold on.
Wade's still dying over there.
Wade's-
Slowly. Surely.
I am. I don't know what happened. I just got this, like, my throat went dry.
At least there's only 5 more fights for you to lead us through after this. You can do it.
Yeah, I know. So you got Dariush, who's number 9, number 13, Denise. So that's going to be a great fight. Great one to open it up. Dariush is more of a grappler, and
Yeah.
so it's that classic grappler versus striker, Zach. Who you
Strike,
rooting
baby,
for?
strike.
And then walking into Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. That should be a fire fight. Leon Edwards, former welterweight champion out of England. He comes in there. I mean, he's stacked for 170. You got Carlos Prates, who has been on he's coming off a win versus
That spinning
Neil.
elbow knockout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice.
Yeah. His
You
only
haven't
loss
seen
was
that.
Gary.
Yep. He lost to Ian Gary.
He's been on a
He's
run.
beat Magny. Yeah, he's been on a pretty good run, so that's going to be a great fight. Should be a stand-in kickboxing fight for you, Kev.
Yeah, you should love that one.
You know I love that.
And then goes into Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. This is going to be a great one. Morales I feel has been slept on. He is so good.
He's very good.
Connor, talk about it real quick.
This is the classic striker versus grappler. Morales been putting people out. Dude's got the touch of death in his hands. But Sean Brady is one of the best grapplers I've seen in a while. Actually, he's coming off of a win over Leon Edwards. Beat him by a guillotine, I believe, in the 4th round of a fight night. Like, this is going to be a fun fight. I kind of wish it didn't get matched up because I kind of want to see both of them win. I feel like Brady's 1 win away from a title shot. He wins this fight, he gets the next title shot. But Morales, man, he's undefeated, really good striker, but they're giving him a challenge. This is the biggest jump in competition he's had for sure. So this one is going to be really good.
Well, we need Brady to win. We need a U.S. champ. I'm tired of not having the U.S. champs here.
It's true.
I agree. I want Sean Brady to win, but I really like Morales. Yeah, it kind of sucks that this matchup kind of is.
I know. I think
it's a title eliminator. I think whoever wins this could go on to fight.
Welterweight's stacked right now with guys that could get title shots because Usman just beat Buckley not too long ago, so you can make the argument for him and his history there. Ian Gary's going to he's got his fight coming up with Bilal, so the winner of that's going to try to ask for a title shot. And you got Brady and Morales. Welterweight's loaded right now. It's a fun one.
Yeah, it is. It's welterweight is really nice. It's getting pretty deep right now, which is
Can we do that with the heavyweights? That's too much.
Dude, I was looking for it myself. I was like, where can I make fun of the heavyweight division while we talk about how stacked this one is?
If only.
Guys, hit the weight room, fellas. We need a couple of you to move up.
Speaking of moving up,
yeah, I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Wei Lee's moving up. She vacated her title.
Great transition.
Strawweight, yeah. At strawweight, moving up to take on Valentina Shevchenko at flyweight. This is going to be fire.
Yeah, and it's flown under the radar so much. Like, this fight's huge. Like, this is a crazy fight.
Yeah. Probably, I could argue, the 2 best women mixed martial artists right now.
I'd agree.
Fighting.
That
is active right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that totally.
I mean, their records are basically the same, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be... Who are you leaning towards, Connor? Who do you got?
I'm leaning more towards Shevchenko in this one. I love Wei Lee, but my thing is with Wei Lee, she gets caught a lot on the feet, is my thing. She does get tagged a lot on the feet. So and she's moving up against someone who's bigger than her. So playing it safe, I would go with Shevchenko, but I wouldn't be surprised if Weili could pull it off.
Not playing it safe. Weili.
Nice.
No.
Let me ask you the question first.
Nope. just so you know.
He said, no, Weili.
Now, I want to see what she looks like with a little bit more weight on her. Like, we've seen her what she is at that light. Let's see if she can bring some power now that she's got some weight behind this. I'm excited to see what she can do at the next level, which I think she needs to do because she's done how many title defenses at strawweight, right?
Yeah, she's wiped that division out.
You know, she needs to, if she wants to be considered one of the greatest women to ever fight, she needs to jump up. And then if she dominates this one, guess what? She needs to jump up again. It's just, it's easy. I think it's easier for women to do it than it is for the men to do it. But that's just because it's less populated.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would agree. Kev, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm siding with Connor on this one. Well, play it safe.
Shevchenko.
Going Shevchenko on this one. Really just kind of going to retweet what Connor said. I do think, she's got that advantage. That's her weight class. So let's see. I'm happy to have it on here. I wonder if this could have been a main event of its own. Like, that's what, when you talk about a stacked card, you're like, dude, this is the co-main,
Yeah.
Like, damn. All right.
They don't give
Kevin,
women's fight that much love.
Let's do a little bet, Kevin.
What?
Let's do a little bet then, since we're against each other. Lose your hat to shave their head.
Okay. Yes. Both sides or just the top?
Just top.
Oh, okay. I mean, we go full egg. That really, put some skin in the game.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so safe pick would be Shevchenko. I mean, she's a bigger fighter, both well-rounded. But I'm leaning towards Weili. I think the edge is going to be grappling. I think Weili can get her hands on her. I think it could go Weili's way. Now, she's going to be the shorter fighter. Shevchenko's kicks, she throws them like jazz, man. They're so quick. And that's where her edge is because Weili's already been knocked out with a head kick by Rose. So I think if she can not give an opening for Shevchenko for a head kick and get knocked out, I think Weili takes it.
Protect the head going in. You're going to take some damage. As long as she knows, I'm going to take some damage coming in here, protect the head, go in, she'll be fine. Seriously, I do think that's the perfect game plan for her. I mean, it's very simplistic, but oversimplistic, but yeah.
Yeah. I think Shevchenko's strong, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think Weili has got the edge on the strength, even being her moving up, because I think it's just her aggression paired with her athleticism. Like, she just seems so much stronger than a lot of her opponents. And then going into the fight, man, that a lot of people are looking for. Islam versus three-name Jack. This is going to be a pretty good one. Jack De La Meta, he's good. He's been laying some people out. But Islam, man, I don't know. It's hard to bet against Islam.
I don't want Islam to win.
You tired of the Russians winning?
I am.
Hey, they just have a different kind of dedication over there, man.
Hey, listen, I can get behind a couple more Australian champs.
Yeah. Connor, what's your thoughts? I see you over there. The wheels are turning.
I really like this fight. I will say I am picking Islam. I think Islam.
Oh, I figured you were.
I am picking Islam. When it first got announced, I was like, "Oh, Islam, easy." But now, I'm still picking Islam. But JDM is one of, if not the best boxers in the UFC, and his wrestling defense and scrambles have gotten tremendously better from when he has gotten in the UFC.
Mhm.
So against most guys, I would like it, but there's just something different about them Dagestani guys, man. And
Dagestani, man.
Islam has proven that he's more than a one-dimensional fighter. He's not just a take you
Yeah.
down and smother you. He's got the submissions. He can strike. He had good striking showcase against one of the best strikers in the UFC in Dustin Poirier. He's submitted some of the best grapplers in the UFC, guys like Renato Moicano, guys like Charles Oliveira. You know, he's legit, and I think he's going to get it done. I don't think it'll be a finish. I believe it'll be a decision win for Islam Makhachev, and I believe the grappling will be the X factor.
Do you expect him to dominate then?
I don't even know if I want to say dominate. I
think you have to. If you're going to go for the belt and it's going to go to a decision, you better dominate.
I do think the grappling will be the edge. I believe there'll be some times where JDM will land some strikes that'll get people like, like this might be it. But I believe when it comes to if Islam wants you on the ground, he's going to put you on the ground. He's a big dude. I know he's moving up, but Islam was big for 155 anyway.
Yeah.
He's gotten even bigger. Now he's at 70. I believe the grappling will be the edge, and I believe he will. I'm not going to say he's going to just take him down and lay on him for every round, but I believe the wrestling and the grappling will make the difference to get a decision win and win the belt.
Yeah. I think the thing with Islam, though, is like you don't got to worry about him just taking down and laying on. He's trying to finish you.
He's very active, yeah.
And
his striking, like I said, his striking's gotten really good. Like he's a good striker now.
I think what bodes well for JDM is that Islam has gotten touched where it's like, oh, that kind of rocked him. So
yeah,
if he can utilize his boxing skills and catch those openings before Islam gets his hands on him, he has a good chance.
My thing is too is
not zero.
With JDM winning the belt, he won it off of Bilal because Bilal was so dedicated to wanting to show his hands, which I believe if Bilal would have stuck to the Bilal that we were used to, I believe he could have kept his belt. But he tried to invest so much in his hands against one of the best strikers in the UFC, gets pieced up a little bit, and he had his moments of clinching JDM up against the cage and, showcasing his grappling, but he tried to incorporate it too late and ends up losing his belt because he got his face touched up by JDM. So.
Yeah. Yep. So, if I was a betting man, I'm going Islam, though.
Yes.
Are you being a rebel, Zach? I see the smile.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the smile.
Zach picks with his heart.
He does.
Listen, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Of course I pick with my heart.
Oh, man.
Zach's such a rebel. He's all, everybody go for Islam.
Yeah.
Zach Stanius. Nope. JDM.
Well, we never have to worry about a boring, everybody picks the same winner segment. Those are so rare these days because all we got to do is let Zach go last. He won't let us. If we all three agree, he'll be like, "Well, hold on now, guys."
His pick will change right there just to be the other
This is that little tingle in the back of his head.
Yeah.
He goes, I can't
He
do this.
can't help. He can't help.
I will not conform.
But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting weekend of fights. So
it's a great fight.
I wouldn't miss it if I were you.
Yeah, I know. I plan on watching it on my 85-inch screen TV.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, you lucky dog.
That's the best place to watch it.
I also plan on watching it on Zach's 85-inch.
I was about to say, where'd you coming?
Well, I got to bring the super box.
Shoot. But I'm looking forward to these fights this weekend. We had fantastic fights this past weekend. And coming up, we have some exciting news. We're going to break it right here, right now. We have our Carnage Fight Series 5 fights before Christmas coming. It is December 20th. We have our entire main card all figured out, boys. I'm excited to announce we're going to have Dylan Bucka versus Dante Schiero for the vacant welterweight belt. So that's going to be Carnage Fight Series' first pro belt. I'm excited for that one. This is a great matchup, guys. They both are similar. With Dylan being a UFC vet, you've got Schiero over here. He's fought for one champion. He's fought for Bellator. He's fought for LFA. So has Dylan fought for LFA too. So these guys have got some experience. I'm excited to see this matchup. This is going to be great because Shiero's actually coming off of a title win in his last fight. So he's coming to try to take 2 straps down. I'm excited about it. Then in our co-main, we have Quentin Richards versus Drew Fickett. Right? Fickett, UFC legend. Used to fight back, unfortunately, Kevin, back in our high school days. That's how old this man is. But we are bringing the vet to you guys here in Ohio, and we're having the young buck come up against him. It's the clash right here against the old veteran, the young buck coming up, undefeated, hasn't lost a single fight his entire fight career, even in his amateurs, hasn't lost a fight, didn't lose any kickboxing matches that he did, has belts in that. So this is a fantastic fight. I'm excited. Fickett has fought everywhere. The man is, what's his record weight? It was like
43
50.
and 23.
Man's got some experience.
He's got 66 fights.
Oh my God.
He's about to make it 67. So I'm excited about this matchup. I really am, because I think this is a great test for Quentin. I think it's a great test for him coming in. He's been beating up everybody, and now it's time for him to go against a vet, someone who has experience. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Then we're moving on down to the heavyweights coming out here. We've got Charlie Cleveland versus Cam Graham, and these boys like to finish, whether they're winning or losing. Charlie Cleveland is 3-1 in his pro MMA career. All of them have been finishes. Even his loss was a finish. Back in his amateur career, all of his amateur career fights were all finishes. Then Cam Graham, he is 9-20. He's coming off a loss, but over 75% of all his fights ended in finish. So all I'm saying is it's going to be 100%. It's going to be a great fight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love the Steiner math. That's some great Steiner math equation, but it's absolutely accurate.
And NyQuil sponsors, because someone's going to sleep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And then we talked about this earlier. JD McNett is making his pro MMA debut, and he's going against John Lurk, and it's going to be his pro MMA debut as well. So this is going to be a great matchup. We got all kinds of levels. We got beginners. We got experienced guys for our pros. I'm excited. We got a belt coming. And then to start us off on the main event, we have Andrew Gamblin defending his 135-pound belt against Nate Murphy. And I'm excited about that one. That is going to be a fantastic matchup. We just saw Nate Murphy. We've seen what he's been doing in the MMA world. We've seen what Andrew Gamblin's been doing. I mean, he just beat Sean Freeman, which was an amazing fight in itself. I'm excited. This is an amazing card, guys. This is stacked. Not as stacked as this UFC card that we're about to watch this weekend, but it's stacked.
It is stacked, and it's going to be great fights to go into the new year. So you'll want to be there or check it out live on pay-per-view here with us.
CarnageMediaPPV.com. You can go get your tickets and you can go and get your pay-per-view.
Yes.
Go check it out. And any other articles that Kevin or Clayton are writing, you can go and check it out right there. They've got articles out. Kevin just had wrote an article about the past fights of Carnage Fight Series Ring Wars. So go and check that out. It's a great read. Connor, buddy, where can they find you?
As always, every Wednesday, talking with the boys. We'll be back next Wednesday. Sure, we'll be recapping that great UFC card we talked about. You guys can always follow me on Instagram, I.am_Connor Smith. Anything for all things to keep up with me. I got a shout out this Saturday. I'll be down in Kentucky for Nightmare Promotions as one of my good teammates and friends, Anthony Swartz, on short notice. Doesn't matter time frame for him. He's going down there, going to get himself another fight, another win. I'm excited for him, so I'll be spending the weekend down there and hopefully watching the UFC on my phone right after Anthony gets done fighting so I can catch all that. But, yeah, that's where you guys can find me. Like I said, every Wednesday here. Follow me on Instagram, of course, and I'll pass it off to you guys.
Awesome, Kev.
Yeah, well, I think it should also be, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Connor, I think, is he taking on James Gibson? Is he taking on, what did you call him, Zach? The Nate Diaz of Carnage
The
Media.
Stockton Slab, baby.
That's right. That's right.
That is correct.
So-
He'll be taking on James Gibson, 170 pounds, down in Pikeville, Kentucky for Nightmare Promotions. So,
Head kicks allowed.
yes,
And
sir.
that card looks great. I admittedly, I probably have seen about half the matchups so far, but everyone that I've seen, I was like, oh, I would
good
like to
fights.
watch that fight. Yeah. So be sure to check that out, gang, if you also have some time around UFC 322. For me, gang, this is a weird one. Normally, I don't cross streams too much like this, but I have had a pretty big week this week. Just yesterday, a feature film that I was an editor, producer, and even played a small role in was just released. So if you want to do a solid for me, go check out Lonely Legend on YouTube. It is free to view for all of you. And you can see me. I'll be the bald guy. Just look for the bald guy. You'll find me. But no, that movie, shout out to Noah Nichols, the creative mind behind that whole thing. Been working on that since 2022. It was the first project of that size that I ever got to do any editing or any producing on. So very excited. It's a dark comedy, definitely an indie movie. So if you're a fan of independent films, go check that out. And at the very least, just leave a like, because our boy has worked hard 3 years to get this film out, and he deserves a little bit of love. So shout out to Noah and everybody that made Lonely Legend happy, and forgive me for my weird outro this week.
Wait, where can they find you, bud?
Here with you guys every Wednesday, and let me try not to cough this time.
You get some water.
I
Man,
know.
you get a talking part. You can't talk.
I know.
He was good for 10 minutes. Then as soon as you outro, it's just like, oh, there's Bo again, that old frog.
Here with you guys Wednesday, 7:30, talking everything Carnage. You won't see me, but I'll be behind the ones and twos if you buy our pay-per-views to watch this amazing Fights Before Christmas. I'll be behind the ones and twos, directing all the angles for you to catch the latest of the action, especially that knockout.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget,
that's bound to come.
The 22nd, we have Benchmark Pro Wrestling.
Yes,
don't forget, true. we're gonna be releasing that then the following week, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
That is right. And between now and then, Zach, you guys can keep a lookout for all the individual matches from Cataclysm. They are edited. They are lined up to be released. So if you don't want to wait, the full show is available right now on this very YouTube channel, BPW Cataclysm. So definitely want to catch up on the matches before you either visit live for Harvest Havoc or come check us out on the channel. Like Zach said, a couple days after, we'll have that bad boy out.
Oh, yep. Looking forward to it. It's always a great
time for Thanksgiving, baby.
Stuff in our face.
Yep. Zach?
All right. Carnage Media, ppv.com. Check it out.
Have a good one, guys.